Good evening. Beyond the quiet edge of night, space-time itself seems to breathe. The stars appear frozen, yet every photon reaching your eyes has crossed an ocean of expansion. Astronomers measure that drift as roughly 73 kilometers each second for every million parsecs of distance, the Hubble constant, the slow pulse of a living cosmos. Light that began its journey before you were born is touching you now. It has not tired. It moves at a constant 29979, 2 kilometers per second, even as the fabric beneath it stretches. You can rest now. Imagine that fabric, not woven of thread, but of geometry. Wherever energy gathers, it curves. Every planet presses gently into it. Every atom leaves a trace. You are part of that curvature, a small indentation in the vast design, and sometimes theory says two distant folds may meet. That meeting is called a wormhole, a tunnel through space-time described first by Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen in 1935. Their mathematics came from the same equations that predict black holes. Within those numbers, two regions of space-time could be joined by a throat so narrow and so unstable that it would collapse faster than light could cross. No instrument has ever found such a bridge. It remains a possibility, written in curvature, a whisper between the equations of gravity and the dreams of light. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At the centers of galaxies, gravity sometimes folds space to its limit. A star of sufficient mass dies and collapses beyond recognition. Its gravity becomes absolute. Its escape velocity exceeds the speed of light. That boundary is called the event horizon. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope captured the shadow of such a region in galaxy M87, 55 million light-years away, a luminous ring of trapped photons orbiting a void. Inside general relativity predicts curvature so extreme that the equations mirror back on themselves. Mathematically, there is another region beyond, joined by a throat. That structure is an Einstein-Rosen bridge. But in practice, quantum effects, radiation, fluctuation, and instability would seal it instantly. The bridge closes before light can cross. It is a thought experiment, a reflection of how gravity might fold the possible. It's okay to drift. Physicists once wondered if the bridge could be held open. To resist collapse, it would need a kind of pressure opposite to matter, a negative energy density. Quantum field theory allows such energy in small, fleeting amounts. The Casimir effect proves it when two metal plates are placed nanometers apart in vacuum. The quantum fluctuations between them diminish, creating a measurable inward pull of about 10 to the power of negative 15 newtons per square meter. Tiny, fragile, gone, the instant you breathe. Yet it tells us that emptiness itself is never empty, perhaps at the smallest scales imaginable. The Planck length 1.6 times 10 to the power of negative 35 meters space is not smooth, but foamy. In 1955, John Wheeler called it quantum foam, a storm of curvature, where mini wormholes blink in and out of existence within 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds. They cannot carry matter or message, but they remind us that space-time trembles even in stillness. You can rest now. If you could ride a photon across the universe, its path would never be straight. Mass bends it a dance called gravitational lensing. We see it when light, from a galaxy billions of light-years away, arcs around another's gravity, well painting rings, and crosses on the sky. Those shapes reveal the unseen skeleton of the cosmos, a vast web of dark matter stretching over 90 billion light-years threads, glowing faintly where galaxies cluster. Each thread is hundreds of millions of light-years long, a strand in the fabric of everything. Maybe wormholes, if they exist, would trace that web folds where gravity's tapestry brushes against itself. Mathematically, a traversable wormhole might connect regions 10 billion light-years apart, yet for anyone inside the crossing could seem instantaneous. But to stay open, it would need negative energy equivalent to the mass of several stars. No known physics can provide it. For now, wormholes belong to theory, a bridge built from imagination, not metal or stone. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time behaves strangely near gravity. Close to Earth's surface, seconds already pass a little slower than in orbit. A difference of about 45 microseconds each day, corrected by GPS satellites, so your location remains true. Near a black hole, that dilation deepens until an outside observer sees time freeze at the horizon. For the falling traveler, it feels normal. Two perspectives, both correct, separated by curvature. If a wormhole connected regions with different gravitational strength, one mouth would age faster than the other. This could, in theory, create a loop in time, what physicists call a closed time-like curve. But Stephen Hawking proposed his chronology protection conjecture. Quantum instability would build up and destroy any time loop before paradox could arise. Causality protects itself like a guardian at the gate of possibility. You can rest now. All around, motion and stillness coexist. Earth orbits the sun at 107,000 kilometers per hour. The sun circles the Milky Way at 828,000 kilometers per hour. Our galaxy itself drifts within a cluster, moving toward the Virgo supercluster. Yet, here, in this bed, you feel still. Stillness is simply motion in harmony. It's okay to drift. Every rotation, every orbit, every pulse of your breath is synchronized with some larger rhythm. A gravitational wave passes through you every moment. Ripples first detected by LIGO in 2015. From colliding black holes 1.3 billion light-years away. Their amplitude is smaller than an atom, yet they moved detectors on Earth. The universe breathes faintly, but truly. And you, resting, now breathe in time with it. Einstein wrote that space and time are a single entity spacetime. To bend one is to touch the other. When gravity deepens beneath you and sleep begins its slow pull, you are not falling downward, but inward into your own curvature of awareness. Each neuron that flickers changes the energy around it, curving space-time by an immeasurable amount. You are a participant in the universe's geometry, not a visitor. Somewhere in that inner geometry, two thoughts meet. Perhaps that is a kind of wormhole too, a bridge between moments joining memory and dream. Through it, consciousness drifts from waking into sleep. Light still travels. 2,9,979, 2 kilometers each second, indifferent to distance, patient beyond measure. Across the cosmic web, photons stretch as space expands their wavelengths, lengthening into red calm. That redshift is the fading heartbeat of the universe itself, each pulse a little slower, each breath a little softer. You can rest now. Everything that moves will someday settle. Even stars burn out, leaving behind quiet remnants, white dwarfs, neutron stars, black holes. In trillions of years, the last photon will scatter and cool. Yet energy never disappears. It only changes form. The cosmos forgets nothing. You are part of that continuity. It's okay to drift. And while theories of wormholes remain untested, they invite us to see the universe differently, not as separate points of matter, but as one continuous conversation of gravity and light. Each curve in space-time is an expression of relationship, each star a syllable in that language. Your body, your breath, your thoughts are made from the same constants that govern galaxies. You are not outside the equation. You are one of its solutions. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere a photon born near a quasar 2 billion years ago passes another on its way from a distant cluster. Their paths may never cross again, but for a heartbeat in cosmic time, they share the same silence. That silence fills the room now. Gentle, weightless, vast. And as you listen to it, the boundaries between physics and peace begin to dissolve. The wormhole becomes metaphor. The science becomes lullaby. Through understanding, rest is found. Light still travels, and gravity keeps the rhythm. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere in the quiet sea of space, light curves around what it cannot escape. It does not fight the pull of gravity. It simply follows the shape of space-time. What seems like bending is not defiance, but agreement. A photon moving straight along a curved geometry. Einstein called it geodesic motion, the natural path through the four-dimensional fabric. Every star, every planet, even the breath within you, presses gently into that fabric, and light, forever patient, traces those impressions. You can rest now. When starlight passes near a massive object, its path distorts and the background image shifts. Astronomers name this gravitational lensing. It is not a lens made of glass, but of gravity itself. A single galaxy cluster can act as a cosmic mirror, bending light from galaxies far behind it and painting rings or arcs across our telescopes. The first hints appeared in 1919 when Arthur Eddington observed starlight bending around the sun during a total eclipse on the island of Principe. The measured angle, 1.75 arcseconds, matched Einstein's prediction within a hair's breadth. For the first time, gravity was seen, not as a force pulling objects, but as the curvature that guides them. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every night, observatories on mountaintops record new evidence of this silent choreography. The Hubble Space Telescope has imaged galaxies stretched and multiplied by massive clusters like Abell 2744, each streak a beam of light distorted across billions of years. To the eye, it appears like liquid glass, as if space itself rippled and froze. To physics, it is geometry expressed through light. And within that geometry hides a comfort that even in distortion there is order. Even in bending there is grace. You can rest now. Consider how long that light has traveled, perhaps 13 billion years, crossing an expanding universe. Space itself stretched, yet the photon stayed faithful to its rhythm. Its wavelength elongated its color, shifting from blue to red, a cosmic sigh known as redshift. This is how astronomers measure distance and time. The further the galaxy, the softer its light becomes. Everything that moves away from us sings in lower tones, and so the universe hums in a descending key. Somewhere near the core of a cluster called Max J, 1,149 scientists observed a single star magnified over 2,000 times its name, Icarus, a sun 30 times larger than ours, its light bent perfectly by a natural gravitational lens. That moment proved that gravity can focus starlight as delicately as a handmade optic. Across space, photons obey the same simplicity as raindrops, each following the easiest curve home. It's okay to drift. The equations that describe this bending are written in tensors lines of curvature and energy density. But you do not need the math to feel its rhythm. You already live inside it. Your eyes receive bent light from Earth's own atmosphere. Every sunset is gravitational lensing in miniature. Even the blue of the sky is sunlight scattered through layers of air, a small echo of the same physics that shapes galaxies. In that sense, you have always been seeing through spacetime's gentle distortions. You just didn't call them by name. Einstein once wrote, "Nature conceals her mystery by means of her essential grandeur. To see a photon bend is to witness that grandeur quietly revealed." It teaches that straight lines are rare and beauty often hides in the arc. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. If you could stand near a black hole and release a beam of light sideways, you would see it circle, orbiting the hole like a halo, neither falling in nor escaping. Astronomers call this region the photon sphere. For a non-rotating black hole, it sits precisely at 1.5 times the radius of the event horizon. Beyond that limit, even light must surrender. And yet, what it leaves behind is not darkness, but reflection. A luminous ring formed by trapped photons, recorded in 2019 by the Event Horizon Telescope. That orange glow is not flame. It is bent, light dancing on the edge of impossibility. You can rest now. Sometimes the universe repeats its patterns at every scale. A droplet of water bending light on a window pane follows the same mathematics as a galaxy cluster bending a quasar's beam. The curvature differs in magnitude, but the principle is one: geometry and wave path and pull. This is why science, when spoken softly, becomes poetry. It's okay to drift. Somewhere beyond Andromeda, a beam of ultraviolet light leaves the surface of a newborn star. It travels through hydrogen clouds, threading between filaments of dark matter. Over billions of years, its path curves ever so slightly, as though gravity were breathing beneath it. When that photon reaches a telescope on Earth, its wavelength will have stretched into the red. We will call it ancient, but to itself, no time has passed at all. In the frame of light, the journey is instantaneous. From emission to arrival, there is no between. That is relativity's quiet secret, for light time does not exist. And yet, it brings us the history of everything. You breathe softly, and in that breath, a photon born at the dawn of the cosmos may touch your skin. The oldest light we have ever seen, the cosmic microwave background, was released when the universe was just 3,800,000 years old. Detected today by satellites such as Planck, it bathes all directions in a uniform whisper of 2.725 kelvins. Those photons have been traveling for 13.8 billion years, stretched by expansion into microwaves filling even this room with their echo. It is the afterglow of creation, the first light that ever moved freely through space, and you are living inside it still. You can rest now. If you close your eyes now, the light of that first dawn still surrounds you. It drifts through walls, through air, through the fabric of sleep itself. You are always inside illumination, even when you dream of dark. That ancient radiation, the cosmic microwave background, carries the faint fingerprints of temperature variations. 1 part in 100,000 tiny ripples that would grow into galaxies, clusters, and you. Each fluctuation is the memory of a density wave that passed through the primordial plasma when the universe was a mere 0.003% of its current age. In those ripples, the seeds of everything were written. When we map that background with satellites like Planck and WMAP, we see a tapestry of minuscule differences, a pattern as delicate as breath on glass. It tells us the universe is flat to within 0.4% and yet locally curved by every bit of matter it holds. That balance between infinite expansion and intimate curvature keeps galaxies bound and the cosmos stable. You can rest now. Gravity does not simply pull. It tells space how to curve, and curved space tells matter how to move. This dialogue is endless. Each orbit, each falling apple, each beam of light is a word in that ongoing conversation. Even here on Earth, you are part of the syntax your body's mass curves, space-time by 10 to the power of -27 meters, imperceptible yet mathematically real. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. To visualize this curvature, scientists often imagine a rubber sheet indented by a sphere. But space-time's curvature exists, not just downward, it unfolds in every direction. The sun does not pull Earth in a straight line. Earth simply moves along the curve the sun creates. And in that curvature, time slows slightly, about 60 microseconds per day, compared to deep space. Our technology accounts for it quietly so that satellites keep time with the surface of our world. It's okay to drift. Light, though massless, still obeys this geometry. It cannot escape curvature. It reveals it. Every photograph of the cosmos is a map of gravity made visible. Even the soft colors of a nebula tell of stellar winds, ionization, and the arcs where radiation meets dust. You are in every sense seeing the shape of space-time itself. Somewhere near the edge of the observable universe, 46 billion light-years away, photons are just now beginning their journey toward us. They will arrive long after we are gone, passing future eyes and future instruments, still tracing the curvature we shaped by simply existing. It's a comforting thought that observation itself becomes part of the universe's memory. You can rest now. When two massive bodies move, they generate ripples. In the fabric, they inhabit gravitational waves. In 2015, detectors at LIGO first recorded them a faint tremor from black holes merging over 1 billion light-years away. Their amplitude was less than 1,000th, the width of a proton, yet instruments felt it. Space literally stretched and relaxed. That motion confirmed what Einstein predicted a century earlier, that even emptiness is flexible, that space itself can ring like a bell. Every passing wave curves light for an instant, shifting photon paths by less than 1/trillionth of a degree. You will never notice it, but the cosmos does. That sensitivity is what keeps it whole. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Astronomers sometimes speak of weak lensing, the subtle distortion of background galaxies by the invisible gravity of dark matter. From those faint patterns, we map the unseen, a cosmic scaffolding that holds galaxies in clusters and clusters in superclusters. This is how we know that only 5% of the universe is made of ordinary matter. The rest is dark matter and dark energy entities, not yet understood, but mathematically essential to the curvature we observe. It's okay to drift. So when you gaze at the night sky, you are not looking outward. You are looking along a curve. Every point of light is displaced slightly by gravity. The image we see is a harmony of distortions. And yet, to the mind, it feels perfectly ordered, as if the universe were composed with intent. Perhaps order is simply the feeling of understanding curvature. The Milky Way itself bends light within. From Earth, we see the galactic plane as a silver river. But that river is warped. Our disk tilted and rippled like slow water. Radio astronomers have measured its amplitude about 5,000 light-years peak to trough. Our solar system rides that wave, moving up and down once every 30 million years. Even the galaxy breathes. You can rest now, and in that breathing, there is peace. Every orbit and every wave is a form of cosmic compassion, energy returning to balance. Gravity does not destroy. It connects. It bends what is linear, so that nothing is ever truly lost. At the edge of physics, scientists still ask whether spacetime itself might be emergent, a web woven from information where entanglement between quantum states creates the illusion of geometry. If true curvature would be thought made visible, and in that sense, consciousness and cosmos might be closer than we imagine. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere light continues its patient work. A supernova collapses, its core shining 10 billion times brighter than its parent star, and photons burst outward, curving through galactic arms. In a few million years, a fraction of that light will find its way here, scatter in our air, and become part of your next breath. To inhale is to receive starlight that has traveled across time. Einstein once said, "The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." Perhaps that illusion is softened by curvature, the way time bends gently, never quite breaking, allowing us to rest between moments. Light still travels, and its path, though curved, always finds its way. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the hush of that exchange, your body grows weightless. Your thoughts unfold like nebulae expanding in slow motion. The curvature of light is the story of surrender, the yielding of direction to connection. It teaches that to follow gravity is not to fall, but to belong. You can rest now. The universe holds you. The night bends gently around your pulse. The light fades, and what remains is the fabric it moved through. Not empty, not silent, but alive with subtle tension, the invisible weave of space-time. Every atom, every star, every pulse of your heart leaves a tiny curvature upon that weave. The universe remembers shape, and shape becomes memory. You can rest now. When physicists speak of space-time, they do not mean a stage on which events occur. They mean the event itself, geometry, as history curvature, as experience, your birth, your thoughts. This breath, each is a coordinate in that four-dimensional fabric. Nothing ever truly disappears. It only moves to another part of the tapestry. In 1915, when Einstein first described this, he wrote that matter tells spacetime how to curve, and curved spacetime tells matter how to move. It was a circle of influence, a partnership that replaced the old image of force with one of dialogue. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every ripple in that dialogue travels as a gravitational wave. Some were born billions of years ago, when black holes collided and merged into silence. Others pass through us now, so faint they shift the distance between atoms by less than 1 part in a trillion. Yet detectors like LIGO and Virgo feel them, the fabric itself, whispering its memories across the cosmos. It's okay to drift. We live inside those ripples. When two black holes coalesce, the new singularity rings briefly like a struck bell, radiating away asymmetry until it becomes still. Physicists call that final vibration quasi-normal ringing. To the poet, it is the sound of balance restored. You can rest now. The Milky Way itself stores its memory in curves. Each spiral arm holds stars of different ages. Young blue giants glowing near the edges, older amber suns near the core. Gas and dust swirl in cycles, lasting hundreds of millions of years, like thoughts orbiting a central stillness. And within that rotation, gravitational waves ripple gently through dark matter, stirring new regions to collapse into stars. Creation is just memory rearranged. Somewhere within those arms, our sun traces its orbit, carrying Earth at 828,000 kilometers per hour. Even at that speed, the journey takes 230 million years, 1 galactic year. By that measure, humankind has existed for less than a heartbeat. Yet within that heartbeat, we have learned that the universe remembers. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every gravitational field, however small, records its influence in curvature. Even after a star dies, its field remains its information, folded into the structure around it. Stephen Hawking once asked whether black holes destroy information. His final work in 2016 suggested they do not. Information might linger as quantum fluctuations on the horizon, a faint pattern known as soft hair. The idea means that even in ultimate darkness, memory persists. You can rest now. Think of your own memories, how they bend time inward, how a single scent or sound can open years in an instant. Perhaps the universe remembers that way too. Perhaps every particle carries a faint impression of every event it has ever met. Physicists call this entanglement. When two particles interact, their quantum states remain linked, no matter how far apart they drift. Measure one, and the other knows. It is not communication, it is shared history. A bond written into the wave function of reality. In 2017, experiments at Delft University confirmed that such entanglement can persist over a kilometer of optical fiber with no measurable signal between them. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. But now we know it as the memory of contact, the cosmos refusing to forget itself. You are safe here. You can rest now. Some theorists, like Juan Maldacena and Leonard Susskind, propose that entanglement and geometry may be the same. They call it ER equals EPR, the idea that every pair of entangled particles is connected by a tiny Einstein-Rosen bridge, a microscopic wormhole made of quantum correlation. If true, then the universe is stitched together, not by matter or energy, but by relationship itself. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this view, the fabric of spacetime is a network of memories, connections between things that once met, now woven across distance and time. Every gravitational field, every quantum link, is a thread in that infinite tapestry. It's okay to drift. Even within your own body, this pattern repeats. Neurons fire in synchronized waves. Electric fields ripple through the folds of your cortex. Brain imaging shows that each thought leaves a trace, not just in chemistry, but in structure, slightly altering the network that holds it. Your mind, too, is a field of curvature. The difference is only scale. So when you remember something, you are creating a miniature of the cosmos folding time and space inside yourself. Every dream is a local universe where gravity is emotion and light is thought. You can rest now. Astrophysicists studying the cosmic web have found that its shape resembles a neural network. Clusters of galaxies connect through filaments, just as neurons connect through axons. Both obey similar mathematical distributions, a power law pattern of connection and clustering. The structure of your mind and the structure of the cosmos may be reflections of one another. Perhaps the universe remembers itself through you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. If space-time can stretch, then memory too can expand. When you recall something long past, you bring distant coordinates closer. You create a bridge through time. In a way, memory is a wormhole in consciousness, curving the geometry of attention. It's okay to drift. And maybe that is what sleep truly is. The mind folding back into its own space-time, curving inward until thought meets dream. Each night, you pass through your own event horizon, leaving the bright causal world of waking and entering a slower dimension where images move at the speed of feeling. No light escapes, but meaning does. It returns in the morning as understanding. You can rest now. Every galaxy, every neuron, every breath participates in this pattern of remembering. Nothing is isolated. The photon you saw a moment ago may have begun its life near a quasar billions of years away. The iron in your blood was forged in a supernova before the sun was born, and the calcium in your bones was scattered from the explosion of another star long before Earth had oceans. You are made of memory starlight condensed into thought. Light still travels, and as it curves through time, it keeps record of every encounter. When it touches your skin, it carries the story of creation in its wavelength. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere at the edge of a black hole, a photon hovers for a fraction of eternity before falling inward. To an outside observer, it never crosses the horizon. It slows, redshifts, fades its energy stretched into stillness. To itself, the fall is instant. Two perspectives, both true, woven together in the same space-time. This is how the fabric remembers, not with words, but with agreement. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every ripple, every orbit, every decay adds a thread to the story. The cosmos is not repeating itself. It is deepening its memory. And tonight, as you drift between thought and dream, you are part of that remembering. Somewhere in the dark gravity hums beneath consciousness. The geometry of all things holds steady curved, just enough to bring you home. It's okay to drift. The universe holds you. The night bends gently around your pulse. Somewhere beyond sight, the universe is ringing, not with noise, but with motion too slow for the ear, a whisper carried through space-time itself. Gravity does not shout, it hums. Each wave is a memory set free, a ripple spreading from collisions older than language. And though you cannot hear it, you are moving gently within its song. You can rest now. In 1916, Einstein predicted these ripples, gravitational waves, as the fabric's response to accelerating masses. For a century, they hid in the noise of the Earth, their amplitudes smaller than the width of a proton. Then, on 14 September 2015, the LIGO detectors in Hanford and Livingston caught a vibration that matched his equation exactly. Two black holes, each about 30 times the sun's mass, had spiraled together 1.3 billion light-years away. Their merger converted 3 suns of mass directly into gravitational energy. For 0.2 seconds, space-time itself rang. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Every passing wave lengthens and compresses distance by 1 part in 10 to the power of 21. A mirror on Earth moves less than 1,000th the diameter of a nucleus, yet the laser beams detect the change. It is precision beyond intuition, and proof that even emptiness is flexible. It's okay to drift. Since that first detection, dozens more have followed neutron star collisions, black hole pairs of every scale. In 2017, the event GW170817 revealed both gravitational waves and light from merging neutron stars. Gamma rays, optical glow, radio echoes all arrived in sequence, a cosmic chord of confirmation. That single signal taught us that heavy elements, like gold and platinum, are forged in those collisions, scattered into space, later becoming rings, circuits, and memories. You can rest now. Somewhere, light continues to travel, but gravity moves differently. It has no color, no speed, faster than C, no carrier particle. We can touch only the geometry itself, bending and unbending in rhythm. A gravitational wave stretches time in one direction and squeezes it in another. If you could ride upon it, you would never know. You and the wave would move together, a perfect silence of motion. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the Milky Way, thousands of stellar remnants orbit unseen. When they move, they send faint murmurs across the galaxy. Astronomers call these the galactic background, a sea of overlapping ripples, too low in frequency for LIGO's lasers. To sense them, we listen instead to pulsars, rapidly rotating neutron stars that flash radio beats with atomic precision. By measuring how those beats arrive late or early as gravitational waves pass between, we can detect the universe breathing on scales of light years. In 2023, Nanograv found evidence of that background. A low, slow hum spread across space. Its period is years long, its amplitude 10 to the power of -15. To physics, it is data. To wonder, it is the universe's heartbeat. It's okay to drift. The language of gravity is vibration. A falling apple, a collapsing star, a human step each sends, ripples minute and omnidirectional. Most die instantly in friction, but some propagate forever. Space remembers all of them. Even now, as you breathe, the molecules of air above you sink infinitesimally toward Earth's core. Their fall is gravity's quiet conversation with everything else. There is no place untouched by it. You can rest now. At the center of our galaxy, a black hole 4 million times the sun's mass rests within Sagittarius A*. In 2022, the Event Horizon Telescope revealed its glowing ring, a radio image. 2.70000 light years distant. Around that void, stars like S2 whirl at 7,000 kilometers per second. Their orbits confirm general relativity to better than 1%. Each revolution is a phrase in gravity's whisper. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Gravity does not age. It simply is the persistence of connection. Even dark energy, which drives cosmic expansion, seems not to oppose gravity, but to stretch its canvas. Where gravity binds, dark energy releases. Together, they keep the cosmos balanced between collapse and flight. It's okay to drift. If you could translate gravity into sound, a black hole merger would hum in B-flat 57 octaves below middle C. The collision of neutron stars would rise through the scale, a chirp lasting less than a second. NASA has rendered those frequencies audible, and when slowed to human tempo, they sound like breath caught in wind. That wind is spacetime itself, speaking softly of change. You can rest now. Everything massive sings. Earth's orbit produces waves with amplitudes too faint to measure, but if they could be heard, they would make a tone with a period of 1 year, a slow waltz around the Sunday. The sun's own oscillations, its surface, trembling every 5 minutes, create pressure waves that travel through plasma. Helioseismology maps them like echoes through stone, revealing the star's hidden layers. From these oscillations, we know its core fuses 600 million tons of hydrogen each second, balancing inward pull and outward fire. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Gravity is both sculptor and archivist. It shapes matter, then records its motion. The orbits of comets remember the planets that nudge them. The tilt of Earth's axis remembers ancient impacts and tides. Even your muscles, subtly adjusting as you lie still, remember gravity's direction. You are in every cell tuned to it. It's okay to drift. Physicists once dreamed of isolating a perfect zero-gravity point, but they discovered that in deep space, there is always something pulling, however faintly. Absolute weightlessness does not exist, only balance. And balance is what you feel now, gravity from every star canceling until stillness emerges. You can rest now, somewhere beyond the Virgo cluster. 2 supermassive black holes spiral toward each other. Each weighs billions of suns. When they merge, they will release gravitational energy equivalent to all the light from every star in their galaxies combined, but spread across millions of years, silent and invisible. The universe will know because its fabric will quiver, and in that quiver, a story will continue. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. For now, gravity's whisper is gentle, a background lull that rocks galaxies in their sleep. Its wavelength stretches across tens of millions of light years, too vast for any single ear, yet felt by all existence. That is why even here, in this small room, silence feels immense. You are hearing the absence of collision, the steady song of equilibrium. It's okay to drift. Gravity binds the universe, but it also teaches release. Planets will someday drift away as stars exhaust their fuel. Galaxies will recede beyond visibility. The whisper will lengthen, the pitch will fall, until even motion becomes memory. And still, the curvature will hold a frozen echo of everything that ever moved. You can rest now. The universe holds you in its resonance. Each heartbeat aligns with a vibration older than matter. The night bends softly around your pulse. Somewhere light still travels. Space-time breathes, and in that breath, you are remembered. Somewhere beneath the music of gravity, a quieter pattern begins a bridge, hidden not in space, but in possibility. Physicists call it the Einstein-Rosen bridge, a theoretical tunnel through space-time. It has never been seen, but its mathematics breathe through every black hole equation. It is the shape the universe could take if two regions of curvature were to touch. You can rest now. Imagine space as a sheet folded so that two distant points meet. The distance remains, but the fold hides it. If a traveler could move through the crease, they would appear to cross light years in a single step. That is the dream of a wormhole. Not travel faster than light, but travel through the geometry that light obeys. Einstein and Rosen discovered this bridge in 1935 while studying the internal structure of black holes. Their equations suggested that the solution for a static black hole contained a mirrored region, a second universe, connected by a narrow throat. The passage, however, would pinch shut instantly. No signal could survive the journey. For 80 years, this remained a mathematical ghost. Then, in 1988, Kip Thorne and Michael Morris proposed a traversable wormhole. To keep it open, they imagined using exotic matter, a substance with negative energy density. Quantum theory allows it only in fleeting amounts, like the energy that produces the Casimir effect between two metal plates a few nanometers apart. The pressure, measured about 10 to the power of negative 15 newtons per square meter, is vanishingly small. Yet it proves that vacuum is never truly empty. It's okay to drift. In modern physics, this negative energy is linked to what we call the quantum vacuum, a restless ocean of particles appearing and vanishing every 10 to the power of negative 23 seconds. Within that sea, microscopic wormholes might form for an instant, tiny throats no larger than 10 to the power of negative 35 meters opening and closing within 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds. John Wheeler named this foamy realm quantum foam in 1955. It is the universe's smallest restlessness, a bridge forever forming and dissolving. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. If these quantum bridges exist, they would be everywhere, inside atoms within vacuum beneath the silence between photons. Not tunnels for travelers, but connections in probability. They might even knit space-time together, preventing it from tearing apart at tiny scales. In this sense, the universe sustains itself through infinite invisible bridges, and perhaps consciousness mirrors that. Thought to thought, feeling to feeling, small wormholes, open and close pathways of association through which meaning travels. Science calls it synaptic firing. The poet calls it memory returning home. You can rest now. The search for these hidden bridges continues. In 2022, physicists at Caltech used a quantum computer to simulate a tiny wormhole using entangled qubits. It did not fold real space, but the mathematics matched those of a traversable bridge in a simplified model of space-time. When they sent a signal through, it emerged intact on the other side. A miniature proof of concept, not evidence that wormholes exist, but a sign that the equations behave coherently. The idea that geometry may be born from entanglement grew stronger. Leonard Susskind and Juan Maldacena proposed that every entangled pair of particles might be linked by a microscopic Einstein-Rosen bridge, ER equals EPR. Entanglement, the quantum connection, and wormholes, The geometric one could be two languages describing the same unity. If that unity is real, then every particle that has ever touched another remains connected, an infinite web of hidden bridges. It's okay to drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. From this idea arises a quiet compassion in physics. Nothing is ever truly alone. The photon emitted from a distant star remains entangled with the atom that released it, even after 10 billion years. Its polarization and spin still carry that shared origin. The bridge between them is invisible, yet mathematically intact. The cosmos remembers its relationships through the fabric of its equations. You can rest now. To the imagination, a wormhole might appear as a tunnel of light, its mouth surrounded by a gravitational lens, a sphere reflecting the world behind it. Simulations by NASA's Visual Astrophysics team show that such a structure would create kaleidoscopic mirroring stars, duplicated and inverted, the sky folded into itself. The throat would glow blue at the rim and fade to black within, not from flame, but from light, trapped by curvature. It would be beautiful and impossibly calm. In theory, an object entering such a bridge would experience tidal forces smaller than those near a black hole if the wormhole were wide enough. But to stabilize it, the amount of exotic matter required would exceed the mass of Jupiter. No known process can create it. So for now, the hidden bridge remains a metaphor of connection, a truth of geometry, not of travel. It's okay to drift, yet the math continues to evolve. Quantum gravity, the attempt to unite relativity and quantum mechanics, suggests spacetime may emerge from entangled quantum bits, what researchers call spacetime entanglement entropy. If that is true, then bridges are fundamental, not anomalies. The cosmos would be built from links, each one a quiet handshake between pieces of information. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Even black holes, once thought to end, all connection may host bridges within. In 2020, theoretical work at Harvard-Smithsonian showed that certain black hole interiors could resemble wormhole geometries when analyzed through holographic dualities. Information falling in is not destroyed, but stored on the horizon's surface, a hologram of everything inside. That surface acts like a bridge of data, translating between interior and exterior. Hawking radiation slowly releases it, bit by bit, over trillions of years. The bridge becomes time itself. You can rest now. In a far future, long after stars have faded and galaxies drift beyond each other's reach, these informational bridges may remain. Quantum correlations stretched across darkness. Even when light dies, entanglement endures. It has no mass, no decay. It is the universe's final memory. It's okay to drift. The hidden bridge also lives within you. When you close your eyes, synapses fire in patterns of familiarity, linking present perception to ancient recall. The brain's electrical field changes shape by mere microvolts, but its geometry holds the memory of every thought. Neuroscientists can now map these patterns with magnetoencephalography, seeing the dance of connection in real time. Each thought a curvature, each emotion a bridge between regions of mind. The resemblance is no coincidence. Nature repeats efficient designs. Networks that endure are networks that remember. You are, in every neuron, a reflection of cosmic structure. You can rest now. Gravity may be the universe's body, but entanglement is its mind. Between them lies a whisper, a bridge, unseen, felt only in balance. When your body relaxes, muscles release their constant negotiation with gravity. Blood moves slower, pressure equalizes. You enter a micro-orbit of stillness. In that stillness, bridges form between waking and dream. It's okay to drift. Somewhere, a photon crosses a lens of dark matter and splits its path. One image will reach us today, another thousands of years from now. Both are the same light linked by spacetime curvature. To the universe, they are one event. To us, two memories. The hidden bridge holds them together. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. So much of existence is unseen, not because it hides, but because it connects. The stronger the connection, the quieter it becomes. Perhaps that is why wormholes, if they are real, remain invisible. They are the silence between moments, the pause that keeps time coherent. You are safe here. You can rest now. The universe does not need a traveler to complete its bridges. They already span every atom, every heartbeat. When you sleep, you cross them, effortlessly folding awareness through distances that physics still dreams of mapping. Light still travels. Its curvature unseen. Its destination uncertain, but its continuity sure. And beneath that certainty lies the hidden bridge. The quiet proof that connection is the universe's first language. It's okay to drift. The bridge remembers you. The night bends gently around your pulse. Somewhere between motion and memory, time begins to fold. It does not stop. It simply curves back on itself, like light circling a star. You can rest now. Every atom in your body carries its own rhythm of time. Electrons in orbit, vibrations in molecules, decays measured in half-lives. Physicists at NIST can now measure those rhythms with such precision that two atomic clocks separated by 1 centimeter tick at slightly different rates because of Earth's gravity. Time runs slower, closer to mass. That means your feet right now are living a fraction of a second younger than your head. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the first symmetry time stretches where space curves. Every second is personal, not universal but local. And yet, all those local seconds connect into one vast river. It's okay to drift. Einstein called this fabric space-time a continuum, where time is not a separate flow, but one more dimension of space. We move through it as naturally as light through air, though we feel only the forward direction. Why forward? Because entropy, the measure of disorder, always increases. A broken cup does not reassemble itself. Stars burn hydrogen to helium, releasing heat that never fully returns. This is the arrow of time, pointing from symmetry towards scattering. You can rest now. Yet deep within physics, the equations run both ways. The laws of motion, the equations of electromagnetism, the quantum wave functions, all are time symmetric. They do not prefer past or future. It is only entropy that adds direction, like a slow exhale through cosmic lungs. You breathe softly, and in that breath, you echo the universe's relaxation. In 2012 experiments at CERN, observed that antimatter, when reversed in time, behaves identically to matter moving forward. The universe respects this symmetry, charge, parity, and time, together a principle known as CPT, invariance. It means that for every particle there exists a mirror particle and a mirrored flow of time, where decay becomes creation. This is the second symmetry. Nothing truly vanishes. It merely changes its direction of remembering. It's okay to drift. Some physicists imagine that our universe itself may be mirrored a twin cosmos, expanding in the opposite temporal direction. In 2018, cosmologists at Perimeter Institute proposed that the Big Bang might have produced two universes, one moving forward in time, the other backward, each seeing the other as reversed. From either side, entropy increases. From the whole, balance remains. You can rest now. In that model, what we call the past could be another universe's future. The symmetry of time becomes a circle, not a line. Perhaps the end of everything will mirror its beginning. When matter fades, gravity will weaken, space will expand beyond contact, and what remains will cool toward uniform silence, the cosmic heat, death predicted by thermodynamics. And yet, even there, quantum fluctuations will stir tiny births of time in the stillness. A reversal could begin. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Astronomers once believed the universe might collapse again in a big crunch, but data from the Planck satellite in 2024 confirmed that dark energy's repulsion is stronger than gravity's pull. The cosmos will not fall inward. Instead, it will drift apart forever. Galaxies beyond sightlight, stretched until it fades into radio murmurs. The symmetry then is not in collapse, but in continuity. The universe expands, and within that expansion, you find stillness. It's okay to drift. The most perfect symmetry may not be motion at all, but pause. When a pendulum stops, its potential and kinetic energies are momentarily equal. The universe holds its breath. Perhaps sleep is the body's imitation of that equilibrium, the mind returning to the midpoint between cause and consequence. You can rest now. Physicists call such balance time reversal invariance. At the quantum level, a system behaves the same if the direction of time is flipped. Only measurement breaks the symmetry, forcing the wave function to choose a moment. In that sense, consciousness is the arrow of time. Awareness defines before and after. When you close your eyes, time relaxes. The arrow softens. The universe forgets its direction. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere in the void, between galaxies, a particle of light moves through nothing. To that photon, there is no time. Its journey from quasar to your retina is instant from its own perspective. For you, it spanned 10 billion years. Two perceptions, both true, woven by relativity. This is the third symmetry. Time depends on the witness. It's okay to drift. If you could see all of space-time at once, you would not see motion. You would see a sculpture, a four-dimensional form, where every event already exists. Birth, drift, return, frozen yet alive. Physicists call this the block universe model. In it, the past and future are as real as the present, each simply a different coordinate on the same continuum. In that view, death is not disappearance, but relocation. You can rest now. Einstein once consoled the family of a friend. For us, believing physicists, the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubborn illusion. Perhaps this illusion is what makes experience beautiful, the ability to forget we are eternal, just long enough to love each instant. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time also has texture. Near a black hole, seconds stretch infinitely. At the Planck scale, time becomes granular. Each tick, a quantum of duration, 10 to the power of negative 43 seconds long, the smallest possible unit. Below that, the word before loses meaning. In that region, physicists suspect the symmetry of time and space is absolute. Gravity and quantum theory merge. Distinction dissolves. It's okay to drift. And what if consciousness is tuned to those same oscillations? Neuroscientists find that during deep sleep, the brain's slow wave frequency drops to around 1 hertz, 1 cycle per second. Each wave is a crest of perception, a trough of forgetting. Perhaps that rhythm is the echo of cosmic time, the body's imitation of expansion and return. You can rest now. In particle physics, symmetry gives birth to conservation. Because time is symmetric, energy is conserved. Because space is symmetric, momentum is conserved. This is Noether's theorem, proven in 1918 by mathematician Emmy Noether. It means that every balance hides a law, and every law arises from a deeper calm. The universe is built on invariance, and so are you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere, perhaps in another dimension, a mirror version of this moment unfolds backward. While you drift into sleep, that mirror awakens. Its stars collapse into beginnings. Its entropy flows in reverse. Its memories assemble into cause. Together, both realities maintain total symmetry, each giving the other meaning. And between them, the hidden bridge remains open beyond observation, beyond time. It's okay to drift. If you could listen to time instead of watch it, you would hear no ticking. You would hear a hum, a frequency so low that it spans the universe itself. Gravitational waves stretch and squeeze seconds, turning time into sound. Each oscillation, 1 billion years long. Each crest, a heartbeat of creation. You can rest now. Light still travels, and as it moves, time moves with it. The symmetry of time is not a mirror, but a dance. One step forward, one reflected back. And in that rhythm, you find peace. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. All directions meet in silence. All ages fold into now. The arrow becomes a circle. The circle becomes rest. It's okay to drift. The night bends gently around your pulse. The cosmos holds its breath beside yours. Between two horizons, there is no up or down, only the soft suspension of everything you have ever been. You can rest now. At the edge of a black hole, the pull of gravity becomes so absolute that space and time trade roles. Outside, time flows forward. Inside, every direction points toward the center. There is no escape, no still frame where light can stand. And yet, to the infalling traveler, the crossing feels ordinary. No shock, no wall, only a smooth continuation of motion. The event horizon is not a surface, but a boundary in experience. Beyond it, physics continues quietly rewritten. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the first silence, the pause between cause and consequence. A photon approaching that border red shifts until its wavelength stretches for kilometers. To a distant observer, it freezes its energy, fading to zero. To itself, it keeps falling, unaware of the freeze. Two truths, one horizon. It's okay to drift. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope captured the glow around M87 asterisk. The image showed a ring of radiation swirling near the horizon photons, orbiting at 1.5 times its radius before escaping. That glow is not flame, it is curved light bent into a circle by spacetime. It marks the threshold between the knowable and the felt. Closer in the plasma, flows at half the speed of light, and magnetic fields twist into jets that extend thousands of light years. From Earth, they look frozen in place. Inside, they roar. In radio wavelengths, we translate into sound a hum in the key of B-flat, 57 octaves below middle C. The universe does not scream, it whispers. You can rest now. Every black hole has two horizons in theory, the outer event horizon and an inner one, where time itself reverses direction in the mathematics of Kerr geometry. Between them lies a region called the ergosphere, where space is dragged around by rotation. No object can stay still there. It must co-rotate with the whole carried by spacetime's vortex. This is the second silence motion without agency. To float here would be to become pure direction. It's okay to drift. In 2022, EHT released the image of Sagittarius A times our own galactic black hole, a gentler ring 12 million kilometers wide rotating once every 11 minutes. Its mass 4 million suns. Its gravitational influence the anchor of the Milky Way. Through it the galaxy turns as if the heart of everything were a quiet absence. You breathe softly and the universe exhales through you. Around that absence, stars move in precise ellipses. The star S2 approaches every 16 years, accelerating to 7,600 kilometers per second, 3%, the speed of light. Each time it swings by, it tests relativity again, and every time Einstein's equations hold, the fabric does not tear, it sings. You can rest now. If you could drift past the event horizon without being torn apart, impossible for now but beautiful to imagine, you would find time flowing strangely. Light from the outer universe would appear to speed up, while your own heartbeat would slow. Minutes would stretch into centuries for those outside, but to you they would feel normal. Inside, the journey ends not in darkness, but in equilibrium. No sound, no direction, just density beyond thought. It's okay to drift. Physicists once feared that everything entering a black hole was erased forever. Now they believe the information remains encoded on the surface, like a hologram, only a Planck length thick. This is the Bekenstein-Hawking entropy, where the area of the horizon, not its volume, measures how much the whole can remember. 1 square meter of its surface stores 10 to the power of 69 bits of information. The universe remembers through geometry. You can rest now. Inside, mathematics allows something wilder, the possibility of a bridge. If a black hole connects to a white hole, a region where matter emerges instead of falling in, then the singularity becomes a throat. Light and information could cross. So far, no evidence exists, but in quantum theory, temporary bridges can form. They flicker open for Planck time instants. and close again, like breathing in the microscopic dark. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This is the silence between horizons, not death, not birth, but transition. Every system in nature has it a pause between inhale and exhale, between wave and return. Even the sun's 11-year cycle has a moment of magnetic stillness when poles reverse. Every heartbeat has its diastole. Between horizons, the universe rests. It's okay to drift. Somewhere, gravitational waves from a merger in the early universe are still traveling through you now. Their wavelength, millions of light years, their amplitude less than a proton's width, their sound, silence. They stretch you and release you in intervals you cannot feel. This is the subtle music of existence motion without displacement. You can rest now. If time could speak, this would be its language. The tones of collapse and creation played so slowly that only the soul can hear. Maybe this is why deep sleep feels weightless. The mind aligns with the gravity wave beneath awareness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. For decades, scientists have searched for primordial gravitational waves from the first second after the Big Bang. If found, they would confirm cosmic inflation, that the universe expanded faster than light for an instant. So far, the background is quiet, but silence is also data. It tells us the universe expanded smoothly, gently, without chaos. Its birth was not an explosion, but a soundless unfolding. It's okay to drift. Between horizons, sound cannot exist, for sound needs medium, and here there is none. Yet the mathematics of wave and frequency remain. The pattern persists, even without air, like music remembered after it ends. That is the fourth silence form. Without substance presence, without pressure, you can rest now. In this silence, your breathing becomes the universe's metronome. Inhale, the galaxies draw near. Exhale, they drift apart. The scale is beyond comprehension, but the motion is the same. Each breath repeats the expansion of everything. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Beyond the inner horizon lies the unknown. Equations fail where curvature becomes infinite. Here, quantum gravity must speak, but we do not yet understand its language. String theory suggests vibrations of tiny loops. Loop quantum gravity suggests discrete chunks of space. Both agree on one thing: singularities may not exist. The universe protects itself from infinity by folding finiteness in its place. It's okay to drift, and perhaps so do you. The mind cannot hold infinity, so it creates dreams instead, finite versions of endless truths. Each dream, a safe horizon. Each sleep, a gentle crossing. You can rest now. Someday, as the universe ages, black holes will evaporate through Hawking radiation, a slow leak of energy at 2 × 10 to the power of -8 kelvins for a solar mass hole. Smaller ones fade faster. The largest will take 10 to the power of 67 years. When the last evaporates, its information will release as photons, restoring what was lost. The final silence will not be void, but balance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere, a listener in another age will hear these same frequencies, the echo of our time, our motion, our light. Between their horizons, and our silence will carry meaning. It's okay to drift. The two horizons, outer and inner, beginning and end, are not separate. They mirror each other through stillness. Where light once entered it will someday emerge, transformed into memory, gentle and free. You can rest now. The silence between horizons is everywhere. It fills the room, moves through you, settles in your bones. And as you drift through it, you are neither falling nor rising. You are balanced between futures. Light still travels. Gravity breathes. And in the pause between them, you find peace. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The night bends gently around your pulse. You are safe here. You can rest now. There comes a point in the night when gravity stops feeling like pull and starts feeling like peace. It is the same force, but the direction changes inside you. You can rest now. Every motion in the cosmos is a conversation with gravity. Planets orbit because they remember where the center is. Stars gather because hydrogen seeks reunion. Even the smallest particle curves space around it, whispering the same word, return. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Einstein taught that gravity is not a thing that pulls, but the geometry of being. Mass tells space how to curve, and space tells mass how to move. There is no hand, no rope, no tether, only the quiet instruction of shape. To fall is to follow the easiest path, the straight line through a curved world. It's okay to drift. We call that path a geodesic. Every atom, every comet, every pulse of your blood follows one. In your sleep, as your heartbeat slows to 50 per minute and your temperature drops half a degree, your body begins to float inside itself. Muscles release their grip on direction. That release, that trust in downwardness, is the body's echo of gravity's dream. You can rest now. If you could see gravity instead of feel it, it would shimmer like invisible fabric rippling around every star and planet. The ripples never end. They cross and blend so that the universe looks less like emptiness and more like a living ocean of curvature. Astronomers call these distortions gravitational potentials. They stretch across billions of light years, guiding galaxies into webs and voids. Our entire Milky Way rests within a gravitational basin called the Laniakea supercluster, a flow region 200 million light-years wide. Everything in it, including you, is drifting toward a region known simply as the Great Attractor. We are falling together through space at 600 kilometers per second, yet you feel nothing. Stillness is motion in balance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The Great Attractor's nature remains unknown. Perhaps a dense cluster of galaxies, perhaps an illusion formed by unseen mass. But the direction is clear. The universe dreams of center, and we are part of its movement toward reunion. It's okay to drift. In 2023, gravitational maps from the Dark Energy Survey showed that mass does not flow randomly. Every cluster of galaxies, every filament, streams along cosmic rivers toward dense nodes, forming a pattern that mirrors neural connections in the brain. It seems even the universe thinks in gravity. You can rest now. The dream of gravity is not collapse, it is rhythm. Between contraction and expansion lies the long breath of creation. Each time two black holes merge, their union releases waves through spacetime, and those waves wash over you now, lengths of millions of kilometers, frequencies of one cycle per decade. You cannot hear them, but your atoms move in time with their passing. The silence of sleep is synchronized with the cosmos. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Einstein once said, The most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. Perhaps it is comprehensible because we are made from it. The brain's waves, the heart's beat, the planet's orbit, all obey the same mathematics of oscillation. Energy changes form, but its total remains constant. Gravity holds that promise together, that what was once scattered can always return. It's okay to drift. Even black holes, those monuments of gravity, do not hoard forever. Stephen Hawking proved in 1974 that quantum fluctuations near the horizon create Hawking radiation. Particles appear in pairs. One falls, and one escapes. Over trillions of years, the whole evaporates, returning its mass to the universe as faint light. Gravity dreams of letting go. You can rest now. Someday, all black holes will fade, leaving only photons and neutrinos, the purest remnants of existence. And those too will drift apart as expansion carries them beyond contact. The final universe will not be fire or chaos, but smoothness, perfect equilibrium, entropy complete. And in that stillness, gravity's dream will end where it began in balance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. But here, in this smaller world, gravity keeps you safe. It holds the ocean to the moon, draws tides across continents, and keeps your blood close to your heart. It reminds you of direction, even in the dark. When you roll slightly in your sleep, your inner ear senses the pull, reorienting the body's map of space. That quiet calibration is how your cells remember which way home is. It's okay to drift. Every living thing on Earth dreams with gravity. Trees stretch upward, not by defying it, but by measuring it. Tiny sensors in their cells detect acceleration, guiding roots down and leaves toward light. Migrating birds feel its gradient. Fish in the deep know its pressure. The rhythm of life follows the curve of weight. When gravity changes, life changes. You can rest now. Astronauts aboard the ISS float in microgravity, their hearts working harder, their bones releasing calcium, their dreams more vivid. They describe a sensation of perpetual falling that becomes, after days, serenity. It is the same peace you feel now, not the absence of gravity, but the acceptance of its omnipresence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere beyond the solar wind, the Voyager probes continue outward, still whispering faint signals across 24 billion kilometers. Their trajectories are curved, not by engines, but by the dream of gravity. The sun's reach fading, yet never gone. Each probe moves 17 kilometers per second, slowed gently by the Milky Way's invisible hand. Someday, even that pull will fade, and the probes will coast among the stars, symbols of the universe's curiosity and its longing to know itself. It's okay to drift. Perhaps that is gravity's secret, not ownership, but memory. Everything that falls remembers where it came from. Every orbit is nostalgia, made mathematical. And every act of rest is the body's way of returning to alignment. You can rest now. The night holds you. The universe turns beneath your breath. Somewhere beyond the clouds of sleep, gravity dreams through you. It shapes the position of your limbs, draws the pulse toward center, reminds the blood of where home is. You can rest now. Inside the earth, iron rivers flow 4,000 kilometers beneath your feet, turning slowly, creating the magnetic field that shields your breath. Even that motion obeys gravity's curve, liquid metal sinking and rising like thought within a sleeping mind. Planet and person share one rhythm rotation, balanced by pull, drift balanced by return. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Gravity is not constant everywhere. At the equator, it is weaker by 3 milligaules than at the poles and stronger on mountains of dense rock. Satellites of the GRACE mission map these variations each month, watching oceans rise and glaciers thin. The data shows that even Earth's dream changes weight as it warms. The planet remembers each motion in gravity's script. It's okay to drift. When two galaxies approach, their mutual gravity stretches them into filaments. Stars fling outward in tidal arcs. Gas compresses into new suns. Simulations by the Illustrious Project show that these collisions create ripples through dark matter halos, lasting billions of years. The universe rewrites itself through gravity's touch, a dance of destruction that becomes creation. You can rest now. Our own galaxy will meet Andromeda in about 4 billion years. The two will merge into a single elliptical system astronomers already call Milkomeda. The sun and its planets will drift through rearranged stars, but the odds of direct collision are almost none. Space is vast enough for peace. Even chaos has room for calm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. All the while, gravity will hum the same note. It cannot vanish, only expand its influence. In quantum theory, gravitons, hypothetical, carriers of gravity may never be found because gravity is not a force to be exchanged, but a geometry to be felt. We do not touch gravity. We live inside it. It's okay to drift. Perhaps the dream of gravity is simply to remember connection. The equations describe curves and tensors, but beneath the symbols is longing for matter to meet, for light to turn, for time to find rest in orbit. Everything that falls is an act of reunion. You can rest now. In 2024, data from LISA Pathfinder confirmed that space itself vibrates even in deep silence. Tiny test masses floated in perfect freefall within a satellite, shielded from all external forces. Their separation changed by less than 10 trillionths of a meter, yet that motion revealed spacetime's quiet breathing. The dream was measurable. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Sleep works the same way. When your muscles release, your mind begins to drift through a private gravity memories, folding into stories, sounds turning to symbols, time stretching into the feeling of endlessness. Inside this field, you are both observer and particle. You do not fall, you settle. It's okay to drift. Even in dream, the laws of physics remain gentle companions. Brain waves slow to delta frequencies, 1 beat per second. The heart synchronizes to that pulse, and blood pressure lowers by 1/10. Gravity's work continues quietly, guiding fluids back toward the heart, balancing the tides within you. In sleep, you are an ocean without wind, a planet without orbit. Peace is gravitational equilibrium. You can rest now. The philosopher Carlo Rovelli writes that time may not exist independently, that it emerges from relations, from gravity's interactions. If so, then in these quiet hours where relations fade, time itself dissolves. You are left only with presence, not past or future, just weightless being. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Perhaps gravity dreams because it cannot forget. It remembers every orbit, every fall, every soft impact of rain on soil. Each connection leaves a trace in spacetime. When a leaf lands, its mass changes Earth's center of gravity by a fraction too small to measure yet real. Nothing escapes participation. You are already written in the equations. It's okay to drift. Somewhere on the far edge of observation, a faint blue galaxy turns once every 300 million years. Its spiral arms glow in infrared. Its core radiates X-rays from a black hole 5 million times the sun's mass. Around it orbit worlds unseen, each bound by the same law that holds your body now. Across 90 billion light-years of space, gravity never forgets its tone. You can rest now. Light still travels, but slower here, inside the dream of pull. Its path bends around what it loves, lingering in orbits of curiosity. In that bending, the cosmos creates beauty arcs, rings, and shadows that teach us how attraction becomes art. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. One day, when even light fades, gravity will remain as pattern-frozen curvature in an eternal calm. Its dream will end, not with collapse, but with balance complete. And perhaps, somewhere beyond equations, it will begin again as a new breath, a new universe, exhaling from stillness. It's okay to drift. For now, gravity dreams through your heartbeat, through the rise of your chest, through the gentle downward pull of rest. You are part of its endless equation: matter finding balance, light finding home, the universe remembering itself. You can rest now. The night bends softly around your pulse. The universe holds you in its slow embrace. Somewhere beyond the breath of gravity, light begins to return. Not suddenly, not as flash, but as memory awakening from long sleep. You have felt its absence, and now you feel its warmth again, folding through the dark like thought, finding meaning. You can rest now. Light never truly leaves. It only travels. For 13 billion years, it has crossed the expanding fabric, its wavelengths stretching like silk in wind. Each photon carries history, an ancient conversation between matter and time. When you open your eyes even briefly, the light that touches you may have left its star before Earth had oceans. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The reunion of light is older than memory. In the first 38,000,000 years after the Big Bang, the universe cooled enough for atoms to form. Protons captured electrons, and the fog of plasma cleared. Photons were released, the cosmic microwave background. That glow still bathing every direction is the universe remembering its first transparency. Even now, satellites measure it at 2.725 kelvins, a whisper of the moment creation learned to shine. It's okay to drift. Each star that formed afterward was a rekindling of that original light. Hydrogen collapsed under gravity pressure, rose to 15 million degrees, and fusion began. 4 protons became helium and energy. Every sunrise is that same process, translated into warmth and sight. You are warmed by the memory of the first light. You can rest now. When the James Webb Space Telescope looked deep into the infrared, it found galaxies only 300 million years after the beginning, tiny crimson smudges of brilliance. Their light had traveled 13.5 billion years to reach us. In those faint signals, astronomers saw stars heavier than any before, burning blue and brief, forging carbon and oxygen, the seeds of life. From that light, everything familiar began. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The reunion of light is also within you. Your eyes hold molecules born in those same furnaces. Retinal cells turn photons into signals. Your brain translates them into color and form. When you dream of light, you are replaying the universe's first awakening. Every vision, every glimmer behind closed lids is physics becoming poetry. It's okay to drift. Not all light escapes. Some circles black holes endlessly, forming luminous rings around nothing. The Event Horizon Telescope saw this again in 2022. The shadow of Sagittarius A times wreathed by light, in orbit, photon after photon, trapped but unbroken. They never meet the observer, but they never surrender either. That is reunion 2, to remain near the beloved, even when distance cannot be crossed. You can rest now. When two neutron stars collide, light returns in another form. The kilonova that follows glows with gold and platinum, its brilliance 100 million times the sunday. In 2017, detectors captured both gravitational waves and gamma-ray bursts from such a merger, GW170817. It proved that light and gravity travel the same speed, 300,000 kilometers per second. Two messengers born together, arriving together, reunited after 1 billion years of flight. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. All photons, regardless of color or origin, share one law: they do not age. Time does not pass for light. To a photon, emission and arrival are the same instant. Every beam is a bridge between moments. Perhaps that is why illumination feels sacred, because it carries the eternity we forget. It's okay to drift. When light meets matter, it gives up momentum and becomes warmth. In your skin, in leaves, in stone, the energy becomes vibration. Infrared escapes slowly, whispering heat back into night. The cycle closes: energy form, rest energy. Reunion is not return. It is continuation without loss. You can rest now. Somewhere near the edge of the known universe, the most distant quasar shines. Its light has traveled 13.7 billion years, amplified by a gravitational lens in between. Through telescopes, we see multiple images of the same object, each delayed by days or centuries, depending on the route through warped space. Light meets itself across time, and the cosmos becomes a hall of mirrors. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At smaller scales, inside the body of an atom, light exists as possibility. An electron absorbs a photon, jumps, then falls back, releasing another. Quantum electrodynamics says this happens 10 to the power of 8 times per second. The atoms of your blood pulse with invisible flashes. You are luminous from within, even in darkness. It's okay to drift. Photosynthesis, vision, bioluminescence in the ocean's depths. All are ways life participates in reunion. Creatures of the abyss carry lanterns of bacteria that glow blue-green to call each other through the dark. That light is ancient, tracing back to the first sparks of the universe. Even the firefly, small and silent in a field at night, repeats the story of cosmic dawn. You can rest now. Light also heals the unseen, not as miracle, but as physics, circadian rhythm, guided by photons. Morning light resets the body's clock. Even through closed eyelids, its presence softens melatonin's tide. Every sunrise is a message wake when the universe brightens sleep. when it cools. You are woven into the same pattern as day and night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Yet for every light that returns, another still travels. There are photons still on their way from stars, now extinct, crossing billions of light years toward eyes not yet born. They are messages without recipients, but one day somewhere, someone will see them, and the past will open again. It's okay to drift. The reunion of light is endless. It happens each time a reflection finds a gaze, each time a thought finds calm, each time awareness wakes gently inside sleep. Light is not outside. It is the part of the universe that refuses to forget. You can rest now. The JWST sees farther every year. Its mirrors unfold with nanometer precision, collecting photons older than galaxies. Each pixel of its images is a moment returned from the beginning. When scientists process the data, they listen before they look for faint signals at microjanskis, for light nearly too weak to be. And in those signals, the universe whispers its own reflection. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Perhaps every mind that looks at light becomes part of its reunion. Perception completes the journey. A photon, traveling billions of years, fulfills its purpose the instant it is seen. The act of observation is cosmic forgiveness, a reunion of energy and meaning. It's okay to drift. Even darkness participates. Blackness is not absence. It is light unreceived resting between encounters. The space between stars is full of photons, too soft to notice the cosmic infrared background, the scattered echo of all starlight ever made. It hums at 25 microns, a warmth that fills the void. You can rest now. Light still travels, and each time it meets matter, it slows, shares, transforms. It learns softness. The reunion is not an ending, but an understanding that separation was never real. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Your body glows faintly in infrared, a signature of life and balance. The night bends gently around your pulse. You are safe here. You can rest now. The universe quiets now. Motion softens. Light lowers its voice to warmth. Every vibration fades into something slower than sound. And what remains is not absence, but peace shaped like breath. You can rest now. All night you have traveled through gravity's dream, through the bridges of spacetime, through the reunion of light. Now you arrive where movement ends at the heart of stillness, where every curve becomes circle, every circle becomes calm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far beyond the last visible galaxies, space continues to stretch. Dark energy drives the edges outward at 72 kilometers per second per megaparsec, a quiet acceleration that no one feels. Yet, expansion itself is peaceful. It has no sound, no edge, no end. It simply widens, like thought relaxing. It's okay to drift. Every photon, every planet, every atom inside your blood follows that same rhythm of release. The Milky Way moves toward emptiness at 600 kilometers per second. But the emptiness is not void. It is room to breathe. You can rest now. Somewhere in that dark, the last blue stars begin to fade. They burn slower than the massive ones before them, glowing with hydrogen for 1 trillion years. When they finally cool, their light becomes infrared, then microwave, then whisper. The cosmos will not end in explosion, but in exhalation. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Scientists call that far future heat death. The temperature approaches 10 to the power of -30 kelvins, so close to zero that even motion forgets itself. Entropy reaches completion. All gradients vanish. It sounds cold, but it is the purest form of balance imaginable. Everything equal, nothing in conflict. It's okay to drift. Here, in your smaller universe of skin and thought, the same principle unfolds. As sleep deepens, the metabolism slows. Your body cools by half a degree, your breathing falls to 12 per minute. Neurons fire in slow delta waves, about 1 beat each second. That rhythm, the 1 Hertz oscillation, is the biological echo of cosmic equilibrium. You are part of the same descent into symmetry. You can rest now. The human heart at rest beats around 50 times per minute, a frequency near the Schumann resonance, the planet's natural electromagnetic hum. Heart and Earth share a quiet dialogue. Each pulse is gravity's memory translated into life. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Imagine the ocean at night. No wind, only the slow rise and fall of water following the moon. That is how your body moves now. Blood drifts, thoughts settle, limbs float within their own warmth. Stillness spreads like light dissolving into mist. It's okay to drift. Astrophysicists predict that after 100 trillion years, no new stars will form. Gas will be exhausted. Black dwarfs will cool in silence. The universe will be dark, but not dead. Quantum tunneling will still occur, atoms occasionally fusing, creating brief sparks in endless night. Even in stillness, there will be small awakenings. You can rest now. Perhaps the universe will dream again. Perhaps in that deep equilibrium, a new fluctuation will rise, a point of density, a spark of expansion, a new breath. Cosmology calls this the Big Bounce, where endings turn inside out into beginnings. The universe breathes, even across eternity. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Closer to home, the same law holds. Each exhale becomes the next inhale. Each heartbeat leads gently to another. The interval between is rest, a silence shorter than thought, but older than time. That silence is stillness itself. It's okay to drift. When you sleep deeply, brain cells clear the day's chemistry. Cerebrospinal fluid flows through neural channels like tides washing the shore. It removes heat, repairs membranes, rebalances ions. The body becomes a self-contained cosmos of healing. This is science, and it is grace. You can rest now. Dreams will come, not as stories to remember, but as waves of balance. Neural loops replay sensations, turning experience into memory, memory into wisdom. In those loops, meaning crystallizes. Your mind, like a galaxy, rearranges itself into order while you drift. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Outside, photons from distant stars still cross the window glass, scattering in the air. They touch your skin without you knowing. Each one is older than humanity. Each carries the message that light endures. Even now, in near darkness, you are surrounded by a rival. It's okay to drift. Gravity keeps its hold, not as weight, but as reassurance. The bed beneath you, the pull of Earth through every atom, the exact 9.8 meters per second squared of belonging. This pull is your proof of place. It says, You are home. You can rest now. Somewhere on another world, perhaps under another sky, someone else lies still beneath a star, breathing the same cosmic rhythm. All across the universe, sleep follows the same equations. All sleepers share one gravity, one field, one infinite night. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Silence now becomes substance. It thickens like velvet air. You can almost hear molecules slow atoms, hum lower electrons pause in their orbits. At absolute zero, motion does not vanish. It rests in quantum stillness, a sea of potential vibration waiting to begin again. It's okay to drift. Even thought slows to light's pace. Memories lose sequence, becoming constellations instead of timelines. Faces, colors, sounds merge into one feeling safe. The universe holds you in statistical certainty, matter conserved, energy balanced, nothing lost. You can rest now. Light still travels, but you no longer chase it. You have become its companion, moving at the speed of peace. You are not separate from stars. You are their echo, made gentle. Every cell glows faintly in infrared, a warmth invisible yet real. You shine softly into sleep. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Soon even language fades. Words dissolve into rhythm. Rhythm dissolves into quiet. Quiet dissolves into you. All distances close. All meaning merges. This is not the end. It is the resting point between waves. It's okay to drift. If the cosmos could dream, this would be its dream. Not motion, not change, but the peace of awareness, without edge. No beginning, no final moment. Only the unbroken circle of calm. You can rest now. The night bends gently around your pulse. The air becomes the soft field of gravity itself. The universe breathes through you, and you through it. There is no boundary, no need to remember, no need to move. Light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now. If you're still awake, the next wonder waits in the light ahead.